And today, calls have been pouring in from members of Congress demanding answers from the Secret Service after that assassination attempt, including calls from House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Congress will do a full investigation of the tragedy yesterday to determine where there were lapses in security and anything else that the American people need to know and deserve to know.
And Arizona Congressman Ruben Gallego, a Democrat, saying we must enhance Secret Service protection for all major presidential candidates, including Robert Kennedy Jr. Joining me now is Julie Sirkin, NBC News congressional correspondent. Julie, what are you hearing from lawmakers tonight?
Well, they're certainly echoing the calls of Ruben Gallego and others, certainly Speaker Mike Johnson, speaking to that today on the Today Show, saying that after they conclude the investigation, law enforcement does, that Congress will conduct its oversight responsibilities, including perhaps forcing legislation through, seeing how Secret Service protection can be bolstered, including for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. There's a bill to that effect that was talked about today in a statement from New York Congressman Mike Lawler, a Republican, and a Democrat, Richie Torres, also of New York. You also see various lawmakers requesting, demanding oversight, hearings, correspondence with the U.S. Secret Service, with the FBI, with Alejandro Mayorkas. Chris, we could potentially be seeing a hearing to the public come in about a week from now, next Monday, when lawmakers return to Capitol Hill. That is according to Chair James Comer of the Oversight Committee in the House, the Republican-led panel that oversees Secret Service, other government entities as well. And certainly you're seeing some of that matched in the Senate in the Homeland Security Committee, with the Democrat Gary Peters, the top on that panel, speaking to Mayorkas earlier today.
Michael Steele mentioned this in the last block about, there have been shootings of members of Congress, of course, Gabby Giffords, Steve Scalise, both of whom survived, but both of whom had their lives threatened. It was touch and go for both of them right after those shootings. Of course, Nancy Pelosi's husband attacked, and that's not even to mention what happened on January 6th. Now, both chambers, I understand, were notified that Capitol Police are not tracking any additional threats to members right now, but I wonder if you're hearing anything about increasing security on the Hill.
Absolutely. I haven't been by the Hill today, Chris, but in my correspondence with members, those who are going to receive briefings, including a virtual one tomorrow between House members and members of the Sergeant-at-Arms staff and the Capitol, U.S. Capitol Police security forces as well. Certainly, this is something that the Capitol Police don't take lightly, especially given January 6th. You've seen hundreds of increased threats to lawmakers, to their family members, because of this heated political environment we are in, because of this escalating rhetoric that many members have pointed out in my conversations with them has been happening on both sides of the aisle. So certainly this is something that the Capitol is not going to take lightly. Though lawmakers are in recess this week, they are not in the building. You can tell they are having these briefings. They want to make sure they have all the information needed because, again, there have been a lot of increased threats lately.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.